This is VK Lynne with Guitar Girl Magazine, and I'm here with Paul Reed Smith. So nice to be here with you.
Thanks for having me on.
Of course. And you are sitting here with what? This is your...
This is a guitar.
Well, it is. Oh, I'm in the right place. Yes.
This is an electric guitar. Sorry. It's almost the color of your hair. It's close.
Yeah,
close.
You should do
Actually,
one.
we used to make a guitar that called Magenta Pearl.
Nice.
And it was the color of my wife's fingernail polish.
Nice.
And I loved it. I made the guitar.
I bet it was gorgeous.
It was actually beautiful.
Yeah.
This is core. This is above mid-level. Mid-level would be S2. And the way it works is SEs are foreign made between S2 is we make in Maryland about 2/5 the price, and then we make CEs, which is about 3/5 the price, and then we make these guitars, which are core, and then we artist back and private stock. So we have all these layers of pricing, and our deal is we want to make a guitar that is the best thing you can get for the money.
Gotcha. Something for everybody.
Good enough for your customers.
That's good. That was a nice tagline. Like, I felt like that was a Men's Warehouse line right there.
If I sound like Men's Warehouse, that's really not good. I'm
no,
talking
no.
to Guitar Girl Magazine, and now I'm Men's Warehouse. Great. That's really going to work. That's really good.
How did you get up in the morning and put yours out there? Just putting it out into the fray. There's got to be an artist sensibility to it. You have to have a passion. It's not about money.
We don't just put something out.
Right.
We argue about it for years before you get any kind of notice.
Excellent.
And people as a group can be highly intelligent. People by themselves can do stupid stuff. And what we do is well, this is the plan. And everybody goes, oh, that sounds like a good idea, but did you think about that? Go at it. So that happened for this John Mayer amp, that happened for the Sanzeros, that happened for the 594. This was probably the most argued about instrument ever before release in a history of our company.
Really? Wow. Why is that?
Because we were essentially approaching the vintage market in a new way, and we wanted to be very careful, and we wanted it to be right, and we did a lot of shootouts about the things to make sure that it wasn't snake oil, that everybody could hear the difference.
About the Sanzera amps.
We've got one right here.
All right.
They're wonderful sounding amplifiers. They're actually very complicated when they're distorted, very, very clean and crisp. Beautiful sounding when they're clean. It's very widespread. The acceptance rate that we're getting from people plugging in is about 100%.
Wow.
For $7.99 map, you're not going to beat that. There's a lot of bass coming out of the TV.
Wow. That's wonderful. So now, is this also something you have in levels, or is it just...
Yeah, we have a 20-watt combo, we have a 50-watt combo, and a 50-watt top. So we're 3 levels.
Tell me about your PRS women.
All right, let's start with Rhonda Smith, who plays bass in Jeff Beck's band.
Okay.
I've seen her school the men.
Nice.
School them like, whoa, what just happened, right? Donna was playing in Princess Band. She used to come and school everybody. I mean, there's a lot. Corey would school people. All kinds of women playing guitar, and it's getting better by the day. And Steve Vai's releasing a record of 10 different women on it today. There's an album, CD. I think there's more and more really good female guitar players. Guitar player in Beyonce's band. I mean, it just goes on and on. The greatest female guitar players ever was Joni Mitchell. She go listen to Hejira, try to learn how to play it. That isn't gonna happen. Most people can't play Woodstock because the tuning she's in is so wild. I mean, she started a whole genre of retuning the guitar in a way that was just gorgeous. The idea that, hey, wait a minute, there's a lot of really good female guitar players coming up and we need to pay attention to them and give them something that's appropriate for the aesthetic
whether it be pink guitars or whatever, to simplify it.
Sure.
That's fine with me. I don't really care. I do care whether the guitar plays in tune, whether it stays in tune, whether it sustains, whether or not it's comfortable to play, whether or not the frets stick out the side of the neck after 5 years. I care about, is the neck warping, is the nest, whatever. I'm going to look at it from a guitar making point of view.
I don't want to take up too much of your time because you have a million people to talk to. But thank you for talking with us, and I'm excited to walk around and see what you got going on.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, thank you.
It is Bryan Ewald at the PRS booth in NAMM 2017 with Guitar Girl magazine, and what we're going to look at is just some of the new things for 2017. I'll start off with through the SE line. There's an update to the pickups. The 5815 and 8515 pickups that Paul put out 2 years ago have been so well received. They sound fantastic. So the S2 and the SE lines, the pickups have been revoiced. So there are now 8515 S pickups in the SEs and S2. So if you're a fan of those pickups and the core line is not within your budget, there's something in each price point with the newest pickups. There's a new color in the A10E all mahogany acoustic, a really cool cherry sunburst that's new to 2017. This Mark Holcomb model here, Mark from Periphery, had a guitar specifically for his drop tune. It's a longer scale, it's 25.5-inch scale. It's a very flat 20-inch radius. It's got his Alpha and Omega signature pickups in it. Originally came out as a super limited run, private stock only, and now there's an SE, very faithful recreation in the SE line that's very affordable. So any fans of Mark and Periphery, or somebody who wants to do the drop tune, this guitar is a fantastic option at a great price point. A couple other new things. There's a 509 model, which is a kind of a marriage of the 513 and the 408 switching. It's the same 5 pickup design of the 513, but the 2 mini toggles that you find on the 408 kind of took the best of those 2 models and put it into one. That's something great to check out, especially for single chord players. This guitar is new since last NAMM. It is a single cut version of the 594. The 594 came out last February as a private stock model, and then came out shortly thereafter as a core model, and it's probably been one of the most well-received guitars in the line. It seems to be universally agreed upon that it's many people's favorite model. Now there's a single cut option, so you can get this model in both the McCarty double cut, standard PRS body, and a more traditional single cut. And probably most exciting for 2017, one of the things that's kept PRS busy in the past year are the new amps. There's a new line of very affordable amps, the Sanzera family. This is the 20-watt combo. It also comes in a 50-watt combo, which is slightly larger, and the 50-watt comes in a head. 2 independent channels. Great sounding reverb. The reverb and the channels are foot switchable. Much more vintage voice than anything else in the PRS line. There's the clean channel actually reacts the way a lot of those great single channel amps of the 50s and 60s do. You crank the input volume in it, and you can get the clean channel to drive in a really cool way. And the lead channel is really dependent on the master volume. The more you push it, the character really changes again, like you expect from most vintage amps. It's super versatile. I've been using a 50-watt combo on gigs for the past year, just tire kicking the prototypes and road testing it for them, and it's one of my favorite amps I've ever played, regardless of the price point. I'm a huge fan of the 50-watt. They both work great for this, but the 50-watt is a beautiful pedal platform amp too, if that's what you're looking for. So definitely check out a Sanzera. And last but not least is the new John Mayer JMod 100, a very special amp. This was based off of a design Paul's had for many years. John heard it and fell in love with it, took it out on the road with Dead & Company, and over the past year they've been tweaking it to really do everything he wants. In John's words, it's kind of a combination of all his favorite aspects of all of his amps that he owns. He wanted kind of one amp to take his favorite points of all his amps into one thing that can do everything he wanted it to. It's not a super feature-laden amp. It's not something that has a million push-pulls and switches, but there's actually a lot of sounds in it. It's a single-channel amp. Again, the input level will drive if you want it to. There's not a clean and overdrive channel necessarily. It's all one channel, but there's an overdrive section, which is essentially like putting an extra gain stage in a loop after the preamp. So you can either engage it with a switch or foot switchable. And depending on where this is set, it reacts differently here. So between these two volume knobs, you can get a lot of different characters of overdrive. And then a master output section with presence and a master. He opted for no reverb on this amp because he has some favorite outboard reverbs that he likes to use. And but that being said, it was very important to him to have a completely transparent effects loop. And when he first heard this, he was shocked at how well the effects loop worked. You can plug something into it, unplug it, switch it on and off, and there will be no change in the sound or tone of the amp or volume. So it's probably the most transparent effects loop I've ever heard. So fantastic sounding amp. It's great to have John, part of the PRS family, and a lot of new stuff, and whatever your price point is, a lot of new exciting things in the amp line for 2017.